Right, everyone, Jurassic World Rebirth is set to get a Wave 2, and considering previous movies, maybe even a Wave 3, but let's discuss top 15 creatures of Wave 2. We do know there's meant to be a flying raptor mutant in this movie. That's because CinemaCon viewers went and saw the Rebirth trailer, number 2, and they reported there was a mutant flying raptor in it, and this was further backed up by the style guide leaking and revealing that mutant raptor's name. So we know it's real, and not only did it leak 1, but 2. I'm not going to say the names, they're out there, you can go and find them. But yes, there should be mutant flying raptors. We assume it is in the poster with Zora Bennett when she looks, up at this raptor foot. It's all like, mangled and stuff. We wonder if that is the mutant raptor. But yeah, I wonder if there'll be, 2 different designs for them, like maybe a grey one, a white one, or maybe they'll have brown, like the original Jurassic Park colors. I think that could be pretty cool. But yeah, then we also have more mutants. Could they get figures as well? We do know things like the 2-headed Velociraptor exist that has the tiger Velociraptor pattern. So could those get figures amongst the other mutants? We do know that there's a ton of humans who need to be put in human packs, and often they're pretty good at hiding the human packs, so it would make sense to put the mutants in them. I feel like Dilophosaurus might come with Lunar Blaze, because we know there's a Dilophosaurus figure but don't know what it's coming with. And of course, there's still 3 more in the family, and then Duncan Kincaid need a figure, so put them with the mutants. Speaking of mutants, so D-Rex, whilst yes, I think it might technically be a Wave 1 creature, it's like the only thing in Wave 1 that hasn't been properly revealed besides the 2 human packs of Zora Bennett and Henry Loomis. But we know it comes in those packs anyway. But D-Rex, it's not allowed to be revealed until June 1st, or maybe a bit earlier in certain countries. So yeah, I would technically class it as maybe Wave 2. Yeah, we'll see when Wave 2 releases. Anyway, Frenzy Packs, Archaeornithomimus is finally getting a figure. So Gallimimus was the only ornithomimid for a long time in the, toy metal lineup, basically, and just old toys. But finally, we're getting another one, which is Archaeornithomimus. So, gonna be very cool to have another Gallimimus-like creature just running around, because yeah, you have an entire flock of Gallimimuses, but nothing that looks like them that is different, but now you do. And then we also have Minqaria, I believe it is, which is a hadrosaur, maybe. But yeah, obviously looks very hadrosaurid, and it's a very... So obviously these are frenzy packs, so it is tiny. It's going to be the same size as the Archaeornithomimus, or not size as in like height and stuff, but probably same weight and whatnot. But they should be very, very similar. We all know the size of frenzy packs and danger packs, the size Purrusaurus is and whatnot. But then we also have Dentaneosuchus, which I think we all know, like Caprasuchus, Pressasuchus and stuff. It should be similar to that, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, probably with a more rounder face structure, whereas, crocodilians, they normally have the flatter snout and stuff. But this one, I think it's actually got a more rounded look, like a T-Rex. Not a T-Rex head necessarily, but that really round sort of look. And then we also have Rugops Primus getting a frenzy pack as well. So considering the amount of repacks and lack of repaints we're getting, considering, we got Purrusaurus and that was just the Camp Cretaceous one, I think this Rugops Primus will probably be the one we go in Dominion without a repaint or anything, considering, they've been doing that for the frenzy packs quite a bit for this Rebirth wave, at least from what we can see. But anyway, moving on to Wild Roars, Abelisaurus is finally getting a figure. So if you're collecting creatures that were a part of the Indominus Rex genome, you can celebrate because we're getting another one, Abelisaurus. Or even if not, it was in the Indoraptor genome, I know that, but I don't think it was in Indominus Rex. Either way, it makes up a hybrid in the end. So very cool to see. I think, we're just waiting on Dinosuchus, but they'll probably take a while. We do have Sarcosuchus, obviously, and Purrusaurus coming up, which we'll talk about. But yeah, and then Euoplocephalus. This is a long time coming. This is like probably the second most popular Ankylosaur, basically. So I don't know what took so long, because we have a ton of other, Ankylosaurs and Nodosaurs. So yeah, more than welcome into the toy line. But it's interesting it took this long, considering its skeleton was in like deleted scenes of Fallen Kingdom and stuff. So you would think it being able to make its way somewhat into a movie, it would get a toy earlier. but I guess not. Anyway, Aucasaurus. I believe this is another Abelisaur. No, I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm not sure what they're necessarily doing. Why are they releasing Abelisaurus and Aucasaurus in the same Wave 2 line? I feel like maybe they should have released one sooner and then one later. Because, you know, you go back and think about the Chaos Theory evolution line, right? You had Excronatosaurus in the Wave 1 and Major in Wave 2. But anyway, Spiclypeus, it's a really interesting name, but it's apparently a ceratopsian, and it's making its way into this Wild Raw Wave 2. So obviously we don't really have pictures of any of these guys. Some, of course, have appeared in the franchise before, so we can use those to speculate, but some things, like Spiclypeus, has appeared absolutely nowhere in the franchise, so we can just go off designs that we find on like Google Images and stuff. But yeah, moving on to gigantic thrashers. This is probably one I'm most excited about. Purrusaurus. I'm a big fan of this caiman. I really like it. Yeah, in the games, it's part of the Scorpius Rex genome and stuff, and I'm quite a big Scorpius Rex fan, so it's cool to see. But I'm really hoping they do this thing justice, because it has the potential to be so good, and if it's good enough, I will definitely be picking it up, because yeah, I've got a mini Sarcosuchus, but I could definitely use a large caiman in my collection. Anyway, the other gigantic thrasher is Chilantaisaurus. So I believe I've heard this name before like the toy line revealed this guy's name, but nonetheless it is in this toy line, so it's going to be interesting. It is a carnivorous theropod, so you know, you think like the not related to, but Tyrannosaurus being a gigantic thrasher, and I'm trying to look at my collection, everything else that's, you know, carnivorous gigantic thrasher. But anyway, super colossals, there are some that haven't been revealed yet. So we've only seen T-Rex and Mosasaurus so far, but we're supposed to have Hero Dino super colossal, which is the Spinosaurus. So I assume this will probably be the same design as the tail thrasher one, with the yellow stripes on the top of its sail and tail. But yeah, I'm really curious to see it, because I've got a super colossal T-Rex and a super colossal Giga, and you know, Spinosaurus is part of the big three with those guys, so I'd love to have all three. And then we're also getting super colossal villain dino, which we know is D-Rex. So depending on if you like it or not, if you enjoy messed up creatures, sure, but it's gonna be really expensive. I mean, same price as Spino most likely, but people love Spino, it's well known, whereas D-Rex, it's going to have to slowly build up its popularity through this movie. So yeah, will you be buying that? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to watch up here for more, and I'll see you later. Bye everyone!